All right, guys, so it is Monday. We're actually headed back to the shop right now to see the progress on the engine of the car, see how much Jimmy's done so far. We'll have to find out when we get there, see what she's looking like, give you guys an update. And like I said, we'll try to get as much footage of the engine as possible, the whole, engine swap. But like I said, I'll get as much as I can for you guys. And we'll definitely be back like this week, so very, very soon. I'm so hyped for that. All right, so what I know so far, the exhaust is off, it looks like. And a couple wheels are off, just got here. Looks like motor's still in there, right?
Yeah, it's all disconnected. Subframe's coming out.
Yep.
So doing the suspension and subframe.
Yep, so they're doing the suspension and subframe right now. Then the motor comes next. Then obviously you guys saw this already. We're dropping this one in. So we're just here to update you guys on some progress Monday. And as the days go on, it'll get done. Like I said, we should have it back by this week, hopefully. Probably by the end of the week is my guess, but y'all will find out. So
we've got steering racks staying in, coming out with the subframe. The shaft is disconnected, the fuel rail is disconnected. We got all the coolant drained out. We still have to take the drive shaft off, but we have access to it because the exhaust is off. Got the spindles free now, so I just have to figure out if I'm going to leave the end links on or if I got to figure out how those disconnect from the coilovers on the front.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it's getting there. There's not much really holding it in now except for the subframe and the motor mounts itself. If I bring it down and you were to look around the engine, you would see that there's really nothing holding it in anymore except for those mounts. There's no wires, no hoses, no lines of any kind going from the engine to the radiator or anything anymore.
Right. So that's pretty much everything, guys, right there in a nutshell. I wasn't here for all that, so he told you guys what's up, so you heard
bring it down and show you.
Yep. What's up, Jim? So he's putting it down right now. Some people don't like to do a camera, but we got it. Ooh, there she is. Hood's off right now, as you can see. But yeah, like you said, just pretty much the mounts are all that's holding it in.
Yep, we're bringing all the wires out with the engine.
Yep.
Everything's still going to be plugged in. This would go through that hole to the ECU under the glove box, but we're going to swap this over to the new engine before it goes in.
Right.
Make sure we don't have any broken connectors or anything, because they cut these out when they take them out of the yards. Or unbolt the sway bar links from here, because I've never seen that design before, so I gotta probably look it up and just figure out exactly so I don't mess anything up.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, it's getting there.
Yeah. So you guys see, there's been a lot of progress made already. They're trying to get the motor out today, so that's the goal. But hey, it doesn't happen today. Like I said, this should all be wrapped up by the end of this week for sure. So, all right. So the drive shaft is out now. Then what's the next step? What are you doing right now? Tying up the radiator, right?
Yeah, I have to take out the rad support, so I'm taking off this shield right here so that I can get a strap around the radiator and tie that up to something up here. There's probably an upper cross member or something. I just don't want to tie it around the plastic, and I can't really see what I'm doing there anymore because I have to take out the support. And then other than that, that unbolts from the subframe, and we'll be putting a table underneath it and just going up in the air. The table will sit there, hold the engine as I undo the subframe bolts. We'll start going up in the air, make sure nothing's still hanging on. There might be a vacuum line or a hose or something here, but
Right.
with having the whole harness off like this, it's kind of nice because chances are there's not going to be a wire anywhere hanging on, like some cars.
Yeah.
So we'll just take it up nice and slow, make sure nothing's hanging, and it'll be sitting on a table for us, and this will be completely wide open. And the transmission.
Pretty sure y'all have seen my exhaust setup, but it's really shitty. But obviously we're gonna go full 10A. That's why I decided I want to do a 10A and get a Y pipe too. But it's pretty much just rigged right now. Flex pipe delete. Welder here. Stop exhaust. back to stock tips, but fully straight pipe Lithar headers. So rad support's off right there. Now, like we've discussed already, we're dropping the subframe, and then after that, the engine is coming down. And I asked him if he was going to remove the transmission. He's saying he's going to keep it on. It's on the belt housing. There's no sense in dropping it, but I guess on some cars you have to. But in this case, I shouldn't drop it all down. So I decided to stay here and get this footage for you guys. That way we have a little more content for this video, because I'm not sure when I'm going to make it back to get more. I don't know if the next time I come back is when it's all done, but we'll see what happens. That's what surprises are good for, but enjoy this process. And I know I'm enjoying it because I'm so excited to get this baby in and see how she's running. Taking out the shifter bracket.
I'll get a wrench for the top ones.
You guys can see it's like almost a little ways. So there's the hydraulic cable right there. We're just taking that off. And he's thinking that should be the last thing to disconnect before we drop the motor fully. As you guys can see, there's the progress so far. Alright, so we got the hydraulic line off right there. See it dripping. Drip, drip.
Go ahead, Travis.
We're letting it out.
Take it. Take it, Travis. Take it. Take it all the way. Take it. Take it.
It's good.
Yep.
It's out. I mean, there she is. Old knocking motor out. There we go. Alright. Good work, Jim.
We're definitely gonna have to blade the clutch.
Good work.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She's out, though.
I can't believe I forgot that line, which is nice. Not a lot tucked underneath.
Yeah, so we'll be... Yeah, it's at a good point. I mean, and like I tell you all the time,
That's it, man.
I've done it
Next
enough,
step.
and so have you kind of, but once it's out,
Get her in.
it's much better.
Yeah.
So like I said, guys, when I came, I didn't know what to expect today. I didn't know if the engine was going to be out, how much progress was going to be made. But it looks like it's probably going to be in tomorrow, hopefully running. Fingers crossed. So definitely see what happens tomorrow. I'm probably just going to end up coming back to the shop tomorrow because it's done. Got to pick the car up either way, test drive it, and I'll probably be the first one to do that. So just excited, guys. It's been a long wait, but, you know, it's part of the process. You just got to stay patient through these things. And, you know, we'll be back soon, hopefully getting tuned soon. But, you know, life has been like up and down, but keep doing this stuff for you guys, staying with it, you know, really passionate about this. Thank you guys for all supporting me through the down times and the fun times. But it's how all YouTube channels are, you know. People go through things, it's life. But we'll see you guys tomorrow.